What's up guys, this is Astranox. I'm back for another Epic 7 video. So in this one, Mercenary Helga, we're gonna showcase her in Golem 11. Let me show you her stats. But first we have Fire Ken and Achates in the team with a father. So let's check the stats of Mercenary Helga. I did do a video already of her in the raid, free-to-play team. And check it out, 44 morale. Very good hero. I mean, what she brings to the team, the utilities and the damage. I mean, just this buff is quite insane. You could tweak your team for like by using the effectiveness from this buff, but the uptime of course is not going to be that high unless you make her very fast. You can extend the duration if you're going to manual play, but let's talk about auto runs here. This is quite powerful, extending buffs by one turn. I mean, you can extend the attack, the effectiveness, any buff that is on her, you know, invulnerability, and you can extend the crit chance that she obtains from being at full HP every time she goes. This has defense break 50%. It goes up to 55. I'm missing the runes for that. I'll show you guys. And this actually has, I believe, 60% defense break. 8 speed memory imprint. It's great. That's her stats. I don't need to build her with a 100% crit chance. She's getting 50% crit chance from the crit chance buff. That's her gear. And we'll check her runes here in a second. Daydream Joker on her, so I can squeeze a bit more damage out of her. I tested her with Border Coin already, and that was for the raid. It went quite well. Okay, so because we don't have, you know, targets with that much HP in raid. In Hell Raid, different story. Abyss, well, there's a lot of HP there on the bosses, so even the mobs, you know, the trash. So Daydream Joker is preferred there. So here we have attack increase 15%, very good. This 5% damage, why not? Nothing crazy though. 60% chance to defense break here for 2 turns when using attack chain, which is her skill 2. This thing increases her damage on skill 1, and then we got the defense break increase here by 5%. I'll get that later. More HP, definitely nice because her survival is low. And this gives 25% effectiveness, so easier to gear for that 55% effectiveness if you don't want to rely on the effectiveness buff. And this gives 5% for the whole team, including herself. This gives her the crit chance buff when she is at full health. So, of course, if she's not being topped off, if there's a constant stream of damage coming her way, then of course it will not work, you know, unless she's full HP. Now, let's show the stats of the other heroes on the team, and we'll just go into Golem 11. We have Fire Ken. Yeah, Helga, she was, you know, 15 skill ups, of course. Fire Ken, he, well, he's fairly fast. That's his gear real quick. I mean, he's got 41% effectiveness. He's getting 5% from Helga, plus the effectiveness buff. It's all good. Daydream Joker on him, so we can like compare the damage between him and Helga. The thing you have to keep in mind is that fire heroes are dealing 30% more damage in Golem 11. So yeah. And earth heroes are, well, any element that is not fire will take 30% more damage as well, right? There's the skill ups, and there's Achates. I mean, if I had another fire hero, you know, that was like free-to-play friendly, I would have brought that hero instead of Fire Ken. But yeah, I'm just using what I got built on this account. This is my account number 1 on global. I have well, I have 3 accounts, so I can show you, showcase you guys, you know, heroes across all my accounts, depending on my luck. On my pulls. Exclusive equipment, I'm using this thing. I mean, the healing increase on S2 is nice because it actually doesn't heal for much when it, well, when it doesn't have this exclusive equipment. And this actually works out quite well because her healing is is based on her max health, especially if you're going to be using her, I mean, you know, the Soul Weaver that is carrying this. If you have more than one Soul Weaver on the team, if you have Lifesteal set, if you have any type of green numbers, continuous healing, whatever, it gets affected by Shimaju's staff. So keep that in mind, you know. So let's get in there. Let's get in there and check those numbers. Here we go. Okay, let's do it up. See that damage breakdown. Now we do have defense break from Fire Ken on top of having one from, of course, Mercenary Helga. The thing is, like, if we want to see her damage, right, we kind of need to have a defense break coming from another hero. Because, I mean, if we are fully relying on her we're already relying on her for the attack buff, right? So she needs to buff herself up. So, I mean, she's not doing damage there. Right there, she applied defense break. So, of course, she will not deal damage against a target that has defense break until the next time she attacks. If she's the only, if she is the sole defense breaker on the team. But she is packed with utilities. I love this. And you can definitely just squeeze her in a team that has enough, you know, sustain, a team that is tanky enough. She can definitely be that damage dealer that does, well, all those things. Attack buff, defense break on skill 1 and 2, which is pretty huge. The effectiveness buff, yes, you can like use, you can use it, right? You could gear your other heroes and herself, let's say, with less effectiveness or not even any effectiveness, because the buff is 50% effectiveness, plus she's giving 5% to the whole team. So that's your 55% effectiveness that you need, you know, in PvE content. The only place you need 60% effectiveness is in Hall of Trials in phase 3. But that's it. So we got the defense break. Look at her HP. She's very low, but thankfully we have Achates coming in here. The prime is that tree that keeps on dispelling. So even if we apply attack break from Achates or Fire Ken, well, it gets removed. So yeah. Now the defense break. Oh my god, that's a pretty decent amount of damage. I mean, you have to keep in mind she's a support, right? Like, she's not a full-on like damage dealer. That extra bit of damage that she's able to do in a team is just extra. She's already bringing a lot to the team, so you know that's very good. Thinking about, like, let's say a Taranor guard, right, that I use in Wyvern 11, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are using Taranor guard. Almost 27,000 there. Yeah, Taranor guard is an amazing hero. He is able to defense break. He can deal damage. He is able to boost combat units of the team by 25% when he triggers a dual attack. That is great. She's doing that. Well, not the combat units part, but look at that damage. It's like Fire Ken, he's not fully skilled up. He's not plus 15, right? But he is fire. He's dealing 30% more damage against the boss, right? She's giving him attack buff. He can use the attack, yes. He scales off of his max health and attack as well. So, I mean, there's a defense break, more uptime on defense break in this team, and I mean, yeah, he's getting buffed by her. So, I mean, and he's fire. That 30% is huge. He's wearing Daydream Joker. He doesn't have to buff. He's dealing damage every time he goes. So, I mean, she's doing very good. She is definitely doing very good. The fact that you can gear her with, you know, 50% crit chance only, you know, going with that crit buff that you're getting when you're at max health. That's another thing, though. If she's going to attack and she's not at max HP, she's not getting the crit buff. So there's also that fact that you have to factor in. So if you're gonna be running her with like double Soul Weavers and you know they're healing her, maybe you got one that applies barrier and heals, Angelica, DN, whatever, then like there's a better chance that you'll have her at max health and she can fully use that crit chance buff. So you can maximize your offensive power by like stacking a bunch of crit damage and attack on her on top of the speed. As you might have noticed, I have a lot of speed on her. I'm over 200. She's got that speed memory imprint that is not that much, but it does help the team. It doesn't work for herself. Keep that in mind as well. But like even in PvP, I will showcase her in other areas of the game. The other hunts, I will showcase her in Hall of Trials, Hell Raid, Abyss. You know, I will showcase her in, well, if they do release like a harder difficulty of Automaton Tower. Yeah, so definitely a very powerful hero. Only a 3-star hero. Very free-to-play friendly, 20k here on that swing. So yeah, I'm very happy with her performance so far, considering that she is yeah, an easy hero to obtain. Achates, well, I mean, this team is definitely not free-to-play friendly, but I mean, you could go Helga, Achates, plus you know, your third could be like Researcher Carrot, let's say. She actually does very well here in Golem 11. To be honest, like, you should be farming Wyvern 11. Your goal should be to get into Wyvern 11 and you know, farm this and then like eventually 3 mana. She almost died there. 3 mana so you can get experience on a fodder, because the itemization, you know, the sets out of there, speed, hit, and crit are worth more. They have a better value. You get more stats, more bang for your buck when you farm that place, and speed is I mean, speed is king in this game. So okay, here she didn't perform as well. Ken, he did the killing blow, and I think she got stunned here, maybe more than once. So and she wasn't full HP when she was attacking. All these things considered, you know, yeah, that's what happens. You know, she will underperform. The 30% damage increase on fire heroes. Definitely. I mean, I'm showing you guys that she can do good, you know. It's better to go with full-on fire in here. To be honest, like, if you really want to farm this place, right? My starter team on this account was actually Achates, Fire Ken, and Carmen Rose, the 3-star mage. That was my selective summon. That's how I started the game. Actually, I got Achates before selective summon on the summoning before, and then from the, you know, the few sky stones I had on the account when I made my Europe account. Actually, not this account, but on Europe server, my third account. That's how I decided to start the game. Achates, Fire Ken, and Carmen Rose, and that 3-man, I did showcase it. Pretty sure I have it in the description, but yeah, it performs very well. You have all the tools that you need in that 3-man setup. And yes, it can be called a free-to-play friendly team if you do start with it, though. That's the thing. But in this case, like, you could definitely replace Fire Ken with, you know, Researcher Carrot. Maybe you lucked out on, you know, a Fire 4-star hero, maybe 5-star that you can, like, bring with Achates and Fire. I mean, and Mercenary Helga. I'm just saying, like, just in case you guys are like, yo, who can I replace this hero with? You don't need Achates. You can go Mascot Hazel, but now you won't have attack break. And early on in here, if your gear's not good at all, right? Your early game, maybe you're getting into mid game, but you might be taking a lot of damage in here. So Mascot Hazel can help you to finish this run faster with the unhealable. Her healing output is not that high though. And the attack break, if you're not getting it on your team, then you might be yeah, you might be in trouble. The offensive power of the golem might be too much for you to handle. But it's definitely, like, viable, you know, you could do it. I mean, you couldn't go like Achates, Mascot Hazel with, you know, Mercenary Helga. That's too much. Right there, she died, but the golem's about to die here, so it's okay. We have that backup. We got that Fire Ken backup. But it's preferable to go full on fire in here when you're starting out, and fire already has that 30% damage increase. So yeah, you could do yeah, can do Mascot Hazel, Carmen Rose, Mercenary Helga. That could work. But the thing is, Carmen Rose wouldn't need the buff from Helga. That's the thing, though. She wouldn't need it. So yeah, let's look at it real quick. Definitely, if I can help a few of you guys, let's say you really want to farm this place. To be honest, like a full on fire is definitely the way to go. I mean, you could go with Chaos Inquisitor for sure. You can have him with Mascot Hazel, And yeah, and then you could have, you know, Helga, let's say. I need to build this guy. He's actually very powerful, and he scales based on damage increase. Yeah, the lower his HP, the more damage he can do. He can actually like one-shot Golem, kind of like he deals with defense break. He can definitely do insane damage. The lower his HP is at. Very powerful hero. Carmen Rose is completely insane in here. Very, very good. But like I said, maybe you want to start out your account, you want to farm a bit of Golem and then move on into Wyvern, right? Get your survival up, because I mean you got health and defense set from Golem, so maybe that would be like your entry hunt. And maybe you would start like doing some 3-manning in Golem, and then you would transition into Wyvern 11. But Wyvern, to be honest, is easier to do than Golem, just for the fact that as long as you keep your frontliner alive, you're pretty much set. You go full on ice. You use, you know, it could be Angelica if you lucked out, 4-star, so Weaver, or you can go Angelic Montmorency in the front line, do her specialty change. And then you'd go Taranor Guard and Alexa. I mean, Taranor Guard, you would have to get him, but 3-star Alexa, you get her for free 3-star. And to be honest, like you could just stick a knight in the front line. It could be Crozet. Crozet's your knight, and then you could have Ether, which is a free soul weaver, to heal him. You make him as tanky as possible, slow, whatever. And then you just have for your other two, you'd have like Alexa and Taranor Guard, and that's your team basically. So just telling you guys, so you know you start right, just in case. Don't want to direct you in the wrong direction starting off in this game. But Golem is definitely a place where you can farm. I just wouldn't spend the majority of my time there. Some heroes would benefit more sort of from Golem. Let's say like a martial artist Ken, if you want to increase his survival. I mean, speed set's not going to help you because he's countering, you know. So I mean, getting some HP on him, and maybe attack set with health set. But then in PvP you would kind of want him to be on attack set plus immunity, or like health and immunity set. But in PvE, I mean, if you're going to be using that hero, let's say, but counter-based heroes, maybe you're relying on counter set or Elbrus Ritual Sword, I mean, then maybe you want to increase your damage per hit there, and you want to increase the survival. Maybe you need to get some 2-piece sets for your support, whatever. You want to farm some Golem. Anyways, Researcher Carrot, just definitely a solid hero that you can bring in there. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure like most of these heroes can just work out really well. I mean, you can use Lytica and not even give one turn to the Golem basically. So there's also that. But yeah, Araminth, I mean, Soul Bad Guy, I mean, he's from Guilty Gear. He's limited. You need to wait for the Guilty Gear collaboration to show up again. Cirilla was limited before. If you have her, I mean, she can destroy the Golem, no problem. I mean, yeah, Fire Dingo too, he got buffed. Kawazu, I mean, it's so many fire heroes can do it. 30% more damage that they're dealing. The thing is, Mercenary Helga, you could build her with more survival, right? And with like a bunch of speed, a bunch of you know, survival, because she's Earth, she's gonna be taking more damage. So maybe early game, mid game, you wouldn't go so much with the offensive on her, because I mean, yeah, she's taking 30% more damage in there, and you want to use her more as a support for her utilities, the defense break and the attack buff, the effectiveness buff, and you want her to go as often as possible. So you're just gonna put a bunch of speed on her, and yeah, I mean, just to support the team basically, and she's gonna do very great, like very good at that. So yeah, you can definitely balance your stat, just up her survival if she's taking too much damage. But telling you guys, like, attack break is huge. That's why I really love Achates in there. And dispelling the attack buff on the Golem is also huge. That's why Carmen Rose is amazing in there. She's got attack buff, defense buff. She can dispel, she can push back combat units, she can leech on her skill 1. She's quite insane in there. But anyways, it was to showcase Mercenary, you know, Helga in there, just to show you guys the numbers. And like, yeah, she can definitely support the team just fine, on top of dealing damage, and a very powerful hero that can be used in multiple areas of the game. That's why I'm going to be showcasing her in other areas. Anyways, been talking about more than I should have maybe, or more than I was planning, but just to set you guys on the right path if you are in early to mid game. Anyways, I got a playlist under my channel if you want to progress fast in early to mid game, so you should check that out. Best starter guides. So that's really it for this one, guys. My name is Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon to be notified whenever I release a new video, and check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. I got a playlist of all sorts, PvE and PvP content, Arena, Guild Wars, guides, tips, and how-tos, Abyss Floor 62+. And like I said, that best starter guides for fast progression for my early to mid game players. In Discord, I have almost 1,000 members now, so come join us, guys, if you want to get helped or help the community. The link is in the description. And that's really it for this one. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now. And stay tuned for my other Mercenary Helga videos. They should be getting released very soon. I got a raid video that came out already. I will be doing Banshee next. And, well, I'll see what other videos I'll be releasing with her after that. But, yeah, stay tuned, guys. Peace out for now.